In example 4, we take further the case from example 3. So we had the engineer who has inspected the tiles on the building and has found that 89 were cracked out of 1,250. And now we have more information that legal agreements have been reached whereby if 10% or more of the building tiles are cracked, then the construction company that originally installed the tiles must help pay for the building repair costs. And now the problem is, do the survey results of 98 cracked tiles out of 1,150 indicate that the construction company should be required to contribute to repair the costs? So how the engineer can approach the problem is that he assumes now the pessimistic case that indeed the null hypothesis is that the proportion of tiles that was found is indeed greater or equal 0.1, and then versus the alternative. So we are looking for evidence that this is not the case. Now, looking at this test structure, if we go back to the test formulas, this is the one that we look at. So we were testing that sample proportion is bigger than the theoretical one, bigger or equal, versus that it's not. So I will take the formula, this part, which has the success number. So this one, x minus np0 plus half. So our z statistic is x minus np0 plus 0.5, and then we divide by standard error. So that was np0, 1 minus p0. So when we put in the numbers, we have 98 minus 1,250 times 0.1 plus 0.5, and this is divided by square root 1,250 times 0.1. Once again, we use the theoretical proportion, 1 minus 0.1 again. So when we work it out, the result comes about minus 2.5. And so if we check for critical value, now the question was, do the survey results indicate that the construction company should be required to pay? And let's take confidence level of 99%, so alpha will be 0.01. It's a one-sided case. And once again, if we look into the test arrangements, now we know that null is accepted if our test statistic is greater or equal than the negative Z alpha, and we reject if it's smaller than the negative Z alpha. So in our case, Z 0.01 will be norm in for inverse normal distribution, and we put that 0.01. So we get minus 2363, and so we see that our own Z statistic is smaller than the critical one. So if we go back to the test, this is the case where it is smaller, so we do reject null. So that means there is not enough evidence to say we reject null, so it means there is enough evidence to say that the company doesn't have to contribute to the repair costs.